Next, we want to see how we can add data layer files to QGIS from different sources. But before doing this, I'd expect that every one of us have installed the QGIS on our computer and have downloaded the sample data. However, if we have not done this, I'd like to refer us back to the video where I demonstrated how we can download and install the QGIS. Now we are ready to launch the QGIS from our desktop shortcut, or we can click on our start and type on QGIS. Select the QGIS desktop and click on it to launch. My version is 3.49, yours may be 3.16. Depending on what you have, just launch and it will bring out similar interface like what we have here. Now my project is blank because I have not loaded any data layer file and my map canvas is quite empty. And so we will be making use of a tool called the Data Source Manager toolbar to load our data. And so make sure it is activated on your QGIS interface. If it's not there, you can go to your view, go to toolbar, and make sure the Data Source Manager toolbar is checked and marked. You can also come to any of the toolbar here, right click on it and look for the Data Source Manager toolbar and check it. Haven't done that, your Data Source Manager toolbar can be moved to any location you want depending on your preference. However, I'd love to allow it to stay here as it's my preferred position. And so we want to load our data layer file to QGIS, and so I expect us to open the Data Source Manager just as I have done. Click on the vector. We talked about the vector data that it can be modeled using point, polygon, and the line feature. And so click on the vector, go to your source type and click on File. Next to your vector dataset and the source, there's a 3 dots. Click on it to browse to your desktop and select the exercise file that you want to add. Open the exercise data, look for a folder called shapefile, and once you've seen the shapefile, open it. Select the protected underscore area.shapefile. Make sure it is shapefile SHP. Now click on open. Click on the shapefile and click open. Once you've done that, you can successfully add the protected area polygon shapefile into your layers panel. You can now close this and we all can see that we've successfully added a protected area shapefile into our layer panels. And this is one way in which we can add data to our QGIS. Another way in which we can add data or load data into the QGIS is through the use of a GeoPackage database. Now, database allows us to store large volumes of data in a single file. I know we are all familiar with the Microsoft Access. Microsoft Access is a database management system that houses a number of data in a single file. And the GIS application can also make use of databases. The GeoPackage is a container. This container allows you to store GIS data layers in a single file. The raster and the vector file, which are spatial data, can be stored in the GeoPackage. And so we will be using the GeoPackage database to load our data. Now, just like you did initially, go to your Open Data Source Manager, click on it. Now I'd like you to click on GeoPackage, and once you click on GeoPackage, the next thing I want you to do is click on New. Once you click on New, go to your desktop and look for the exercise file. Open the exercise data, scroll down and click on the training underscore data.gpkg. Open it. Once this is done, you can now click on connect. And once it's connected, you can now see 4 different layers that is shown here: the buildings, the restaurants, the roads, as well as the school. So click on the buildings to add the data into your layers panel. And once this is done, you can now see that after closing this, you can now see that the buildings have successfully been added into your layers panel, and it's displayed here in your map canvas. Another good way you can add data into your QGIS is through the use of the spatial light database. This can be accessed using the Open Data Source Manager. Click on the browser, go to your spatial light, right click on it, click on new connection, go to your desktop, look for the exercise file, open the exercise data, kindly scroll down and locate the land use data. Once you clicked on it, click on open. Once it's open, you can now see that the land use data has been added. However, you'd want to still expand it. Once you click on this forward arrow, it expands it, and now we have the land use data. To add this, double click on it and close, and now you can see that it's been successfully added to our QGIS interface. And so, having successfully done this, we can reorder the data we've added. We can either hold on, click on, left click on the land use, and you can now drag it down, and as you can see how it's been displayed on a map canvas. You can try it with other protected layer that you've created, and now you can see how it's all been shown here on a map canvas. These are several ways in which you can add data into your QGIS. You can reorder them, and now you can have your data saved. Go to your projects, click on Save As, go to your desktop, open the model exercise folder that will be housing your exercise data, file, and look for the model exercise, click on it, and you can call it or name it creating a map, and you can save. Because I have it saved before, I can replace it. And once this is done, my project has been successfully saved. Now I have been able to create a map and prepare a map. And so this is how you can successfully add data layer files to QGIS using different sources. Thank you for listening.